Welcome again everyone, but also in particular I'm aware that there's some people who've made it from interstate, so our friends from Melbourne, so a special hello and welcome aboard to the Melbourne visitors. And can I then also congratulate each and every one of you for being here tonight, because I think it's no exaggeration to say that this trip is one of the hottest tickets in town, especially now during Vivid Sydney, right? So we're very privileged to be here, and it's great to have met some of you already, and we're all going to get to know each other pretty well by the end of tonight. And with the program that we have tonight, I know that we're just all going to have a lot of fun, right? So also, I guess before this, I actually used to have a fear of the great ocean and boats, but can I say that after tonight, that ship has sailed.
It sort of helps that you're on a big ship.
It does.
If you're on a little boat, it can change.
Now, folks, isn't it true that in Vegas, everything seems more grand, right? The hotels, the dining, the entertainment, and so it is. I have to say that another grand adventure awaits us in Melbourne, and more specifically, a capital grand adventure. I'm worth the money, yeah?
I'll hire you as a salesperson.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's wonderful to see everyone here tonight. And before we move on to grand capital, I'd firstly like to introduce you to a man who, through his stature in his community, amongst his peers, has earned the right to lead, one of Chinese Australia's most progressive organisations. He's a good friend to all of us, and so I'd like you to, by way of applause, welcome our president of the Australian Chinese Jockey Club, President Dion.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Committee of Australian Chinese Jockey Club, I would like to thank you, all the ACJC members, partners and friends, and our sponsors for joining us tonight for this special harbour cruise on this such a beautiful, super yacht, tonight. And special thanks to LK Property Group, and also Amity property teams, right? And without you, we wouldn't have such a beautiful cruise tonight here. And also, I would like to thank you, Macallan, whiskey, right? And we are going to have Macallan, whiskey tasting later on.
That's okay.
And also would like to thank you, our sponsor, Sydney Ferrari, Maserati, they donate a lucky draw prize for us. That's for Maserati test drive day tour, including lunch for two. Wow, right? Okay.
Well, an extended drive is a full experience, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right, and that's Nicola, the sales manager from Sydney Ferrari Maserati. So hope everyone enjoyed the view and the food and drinks tonight, and have a wonderful night. And let me welcome and introduce, the owner here, and Amity Group, right, and Chris Numa, right?
You got the director. Thank you. We usually get Christina or something else.
Thank you.
Look, just a couple of things. My business partner obviously couldn't be here tonight. You'd have the pleasure of meeting Larry, but first of all, just welcome to Vegas. Probably not so dissimilar. We've had the pleasure of being partnered with the Sydney Jockey Club, and also your counterparts down in Melbourne as well, which is the Melbourne Jockey Club, which has been a great pleasure over the last 2 years to sort of partner with you guys. One thing, I suppose, before I have a brief chat about what it is we do in Melbourne and show you the building, the building that we have is that what we've realised, I suppose, over the last couple of years is a much better way of doing business and actually enjoying ourselves is doing events like this where we can get face to face with real people just to get an idea of not only is what you do but also what we do, and that's I suppose how we've found a lot of success over the last period of time, is partnering with great organisations that I suppose are like-minded people that are always thinking ahead. And one thing I must admit that I think all of us enjoy, which is one thing being here, and that's luxury, and that's having fun, and that's enjoying things like this here. So just I suppose a 20-second overview of what we do is that we are ultimately property developers. My business partner Larry has a number of businesses in Melbourne that if property's not your thing, I can tell you he owns a basketball league, I think he's got a basketball team, I think he's got call centres and a number of other things. But when it comes to property, what we found was, particularly in Melbourne, I think not so dissimilar probably up in Sydney as well, is that there's not what you would call real luxury. You know, I've had the pleasure of spending time in some amazing cities such as New York, Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, where you've got some really, I suppose, iconic residential buildings where people call home. And it was one thing that us in Melbourne, when we started to develop property, we just never found anything that was really at that level. And that's ultimately where Capital came about. It came about from having something that was designed from bottom to top for luxury people to live. You know, you talk about cars, you know, Larry's a Ferrari man, I'm a Porsche man, my apologies, but I think Scott's a Maserati man down in Melbourne. Maybe at the end of the night, we'll try. But you just talk cars. I remember when we first met with the architect in this one, because I'm a car lover and I'm moving in and Larry's a car lover as well. One thing we absolutely hated with apartment buildings was you got these really nice cars, you park them in the basement garage, but everyone can touch them. Like everyone can see them, you can get fingerprints, it's dusty. So we sort of had this thing that, no, we're just going to put garages in. So we started putting garages in the basement, and the other sort of pet hate when it came to cars was actually getting them cleaned. You know, you could drive out, get the car wash. So we said, you know what, bugger, we'll put a car wash in the basement as well. So it was sort of, I know that sounds funny, but I think that just goes into the thinking of where this building ultimately came from, because we started from the bottom up in designing something with sort of every little extra that someone could think of liking. So look, that's what we do. I want you to enjoy the night. So I'm just going to have a short video about Capital Brand in Melbourne and then let you guys enjoy the wonderful evening. So thank you very much.
Thank you.